rerun of what we saw earlier in the winners quarterfinals. Now he's going to start off with the Sidra right away here instead of starting off with the Ulgrim for the first 2 games and then swapping to the Sidra.
Yeah, he does have that advantage of having already experienced this matchup and knowing what works against Simple. But on the other side, Simple has had a little time to think about what to do to counter this this Sidra from Macheeete. He's just getting caught.
We did see the Ulgrim lose 2 games,
nice.
And then the immediate swap to Sidra into a 3-game victory. This one's starting out a little bit rough for Macheeete as well, even though he already is coming out of the gate with the Sidra. Almost a full stock lead here. Going to get a nice 2-hit coming out from Simple. 3 hits unanswered, waiting for that Neutralite. Another one. Easy. Little hop. I didn't even know that did that.
He bounced over the down light, so he's going to avoid a hard punish. And a nice ground pound from Macheeete will slow down this momentum that Simple has. Macheeete will have the option to pick up this cannon, which is definitely the weapon of choice.
I never noticed that it had that little hop on the end, or if I knew that there was an animation hop there, I didn't know that the actual hurt box hopped over it. That's super interesting.
Yeah, it's always cool when weapons have that. Like Axe Neutralite has that little hop as well as like Blaster's ground pound can do it.
It's real interesting until I try to hit something that I think should hit, and then it doesn't hit. And Simple doesn't seem to be worried by it, as he takes yet another stock, has a huge lead here.
That is the second time one of the players has made a far rotation to the outside and just eats a ground pound. It is just not working to make the rotate underneath this Mammoth Fortress.
See the D-Light Dare Neutralite doesn't go for the GC because he knows the bounce isn't going to be very high due to how little damage. This time he goes for the double dare and a recovery. Another D-Light Dare, expecting the bounce, so he goes for the dare yet again. Nice. Switches over to Hammer. Ooh, that big side air and the weapon toss. That's going to end it. What a quick game.
Yeah, Simple looking good with the Hammer. Honestly, a lot of just like the turnaround side airs to punish Macheeete, just reaching a little too far with his gameplay, and Simple was able to take out game number 1. And now that's got to be rough for Macheeete, because like that was the character that helped him win in their previous match, and now he's making the swap over to the Sentinel.
Bro, what is with the Sentinel swaps today? This isn't normal.
Sentinel, a character who we have rarely seen in tournament prior to today, is now becoming people's anchor character, their last-ditch effort. It's definitely interesting.
Spawning into this one here, we are going to see Hammer v. Hammer. First weapon coming out. Macheeete immediately goes for it, gets the Hammer. Another spawn coming in. He's going to throw his weapon away, grab the Katars now. Simple still without a weapon. It's been over 10 seconds into this game. Yet another spawn comes out. That's 3 for Macheeete.
This is one thing I will say about Macheeete is he's crazy good at denying weapons. Like, he is really, really good. That has to be part of his gameplay, is just making sure he has weapon control.
He made this game about 20 seconds in at the full weapon advantage, and even when Simple ended up grabbing one, you saw Macheeete toss his weapon out, gets away from the D-Light D-Sig, but he tossed his weapon out and was still able to, oh no! He ended up being in the way of that ground pound. I think he could have faded away. I'm not sure if he had the time.
He was stuck in the recovery frames of the ground pound. Like, he was trapped. But first stock goes the way of Simple. Playing out the sword. I feel like Simple is very confident in his sword play against his opponents, and he just has the Hammer as the knockout tool.
Here's the side light. Doesn't chase dodge after it or anything, looking for the immediate neutral light follow-up. Based on how far it's sent, the weapon toss comes out. Stomp side air from Macheeete, looking to even this one up. Goes high for that weapon toss. Even went down to get it. Gets the KO anyway. Nothing even had to hit.
Yeah, Macheeete was trying to set up that catch-22 of like, if you hit me, you still get caught by the weapon toss. But Simple instead couldn't get the wall touch. But edgeguard opportunity, misses the ground pound, and Macheete's got the stage control.
Most of Simple's Hammer edgeguards today have been just like the basic, I feel like 2016, 2017 Hammer edgeguard of get below your opponent and then throw out a recovery on the corner. It's been
And then
really
ground
effective
pound
today
after.
so far too. Like I don't want to talk about how simple it is. Like it's not really effective for him today, or it's like a dumb thing to go for, because it's working really well.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of Simple's edge guards as a whole as well. Like, it's not like his sword is the flashiest edge guard tool. Instead, it's just kind of like consistent side air damage and just stripping away opponent utility. Like this.
He's going for it, yep.
You see?
Another Sair. Weapon toss goes up. He's going to have his pick of the field, and of course, like you said earlier, it's going to be that sword. Has a good lead, not as quite as big as the one he had previously. That D-Sig comes out, not being used quite as much as Acna was using it. That Sair almost connected with Simple. That would have been a great equalizer.
Yeah.
D-Light D-Sig. This time he goes for the ground pound, immediately dips under the stage to get away from it. Now gets away from Macheete's.
Oh!
Oh no! Oh no!
Not like that.
That's so tough to watch.
Not like that. He touched nothing. And he falls, and Simple takes the game, currently up 2-0 over Macheeete, but this was a spot that he was in earlier, all right? Simple technically was up 2-0 in the winner's bracket before Macheeete made the reverse 3, and now he's over to Zol, a classic of Macheeete, for game number 3. This is the last opportunity for him.
I believe he is using the synthwave colors on this one.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Which is a very technologically forward color scheme, while sort of being a medieval knight on this one. So a little bit of a dichotomy here. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Tale of Two Cities type beat.
Yeah, just a blending of genres. But Macheeete with some solid edge guarding, kind of aware of those points that you made out earlier, right? Simple likes to go for a very vertical recovery, ground pound style of edge guard with the hammer. Macheeete just chopping it up.
Definitely think you wanted a dare on that one. It ended up being a ledge cancel D-Light while Simple was down on the main platform. Ooh, getting a little bit risky with that. You can't quite throw that one out like some of the Sidra signatures out here.
I don't know if he was going.
Careful with that.
I don't know if he was going for the charge though. That comes down right in front of him, and Simple beat it out.
He could have been going for it because like the placement of it was a good spot.
Very real possibility, but either way, they're both in the red here in game number 3. Simple with a massive game advantage. Down air doesn't get the second one off stage, so instead Macheeete gonna bounce, but a downlight recovery, and Simple takes the first stock.
Oh no, he's gonna be stuck on the hammer here. See if he can get that away in time. No, the spawn in. Man, that cannon skin looks so good.
I mean, it's no grill from Brawlhalla Isaiah, but it's definitely still a solid one.
It's the opportunity. I think he could hit side lights here if he timed it.
Yeah,
Based
but
on how high Simple is playing. It's almost like Simple was just like baiting him there. All it took was an easy side air. Gets the KO. Not too far behind in damage. Going to have his pick of the weapons. Opts for the cannon.
I feel like in that edgeguard where Simple was on the corner, Macheeete was just sitting there like, give me a cannon, give me a neutral light. Otherwise, I'm just going to fish for a side air for the finisher.
Ooh, that landing gets punished immediately. Simple
Nice.
again with the side airs over on the corner. Is he going to go for another side air? Doesn't even need to think about it.
He is looking so clean with these sword side air edge guards. Like, he is just stripping away his opponent's options.
Even dips down a little bit for the down air. Going to punish that ground pound from Macheeete. Nice landing punish. Gets 3 hits there. Sort of what we were seeing earlier from Macheeete. A lot of unanswered damage here. Could be too little, too late.
Ooh, he's chasing for it. Simple not able to punish. Macheeete is getting away with a lot here. Increasing that damage per engagement stat. Doesn't hit the ground pound though. Really needs this stock off of Simple soon.
Good punish on that. Unfortunately, bounced off the stage, took some of the momentum away, and it was the wrong side of the stage in order to find the KO. But the neutral light follow-up after. Macheeete not in a bad spot. If he can keep Simple weapon starved, that's one of his best ways to stay in this while he adds up that damage, throws the hammer or the cannon away. I keep wanting to call that a hammer the way he's smacking Simple around with it.
Both hit hard, but it's Macheeete on the axe now versus Simple's hammer. And Simple, again, he's like lost all momentum in this one. Like, Macheeete really coming alive on this final stock. He is a last stock Andy.
Nice side air, the weapon toss.
Did he do
Simple
it?
at the weapon disadvantage here. Macheeete gonna keep it safe with the little dare right on that corner. Oh, now he's gonna disarm himself. This is a tough spot for both players to be in. Gets the knockout almost.
Oh, no.
Weapon toss. Oh man! Down air, not quite.
Kind of nice for Macheeete. Will make sure he gets back up onto the stage. Still unarmed. Nice side air. He doesn't pick it up. Okay, he's got it. This could be anyone's stock here, and Macheeete needs it the most. The neutralite, not enough. One more hit. Oh, the weapon toss, Macheeete. The recovery.
Oh,
he's
no.
gonna live.
Premature.
Other side. He's still got movement. Simple. He can't touch.
Oh, it was almost, he almost got it in time. Simple ends up just barely taking that game. That was so close to Macheete's game. That would have been so rough for Simple. You mentioned the momentum being taken out of his sails. If he would have gone for the premature taunt and then lost that, we could have seen that be Macheete's set, but Simple was just barely able to take it.
That was so close to being a massive clutch from Macheeete, but Simple just had enough, was able to put the pressure on the Macheeete on the edge guard, and Simple closes out game number 3, denying the double tap from Macheeete. And that means we've got our top 3, Pavelski, Acno, and Simple.
Now that Acno versus Simple lineup, you see it on the bracket right in front of you. That's not a grand finals. That's not a grand finals reset match. That is a loser's final match. So either Simple or Acno will be going home with the bronze medal. Both players are guaranteed top